As I often do.
That's
Have
okay.
you
Do you
heard
like
of,
Pokemon?
this YouTuber, speaking of which, I'm not really a huge fan of him. It's like necessary information or something like that.
I probably have heard of him. What?
Necessary. Have you heard of it? Necessary information.
Necessary information?
Necessary information.
Is-
It's like this
is-
new channel. It's kind of like run by this like douchebag kind of guy, but like
Yeah.
Really?
It's kind of
Yeah.
an asshole.
Interesting. I'll have to check it out.
yeah, you might need to check that one out.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to the Necessary Podcast. We already did an intro, but it was bad. So, hi. We got a full house today. We got Evan, that is me.
JT, that's me.
Kate.
I'm Max.
Rose.
Okay.
Marty.
Marty.
Marty's pretty tired of saying his own name because he's done it so many times. I'll never be tired of it though. Marty.
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 Freaking little
Marty.
shit.
Marty.
Little
Marty.
Marty.
Say
Marty.
anything.
my name.
So,
Seriously.
this is a special little episode. It's the
shit.
chest cast. You may notice we have an extra camera angle here to catch the chest. It's not the chest cast. That'll be later, the Girls Gone Wild episode.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a breast cast?
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go, yeah.
Mm.
The
Yeah.
chest
There's,
cast
like,
will be at
boobs
the
in it,
gym.
yeah.
The
Because it's like
podcast.
boobs.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, if it's got boobs, then
podcast, yeah,
I'm probably gonna watch that
If it's got
on my own
boobs,
time though.
You might catch
the
me.
thought cast.
You might catch me watching that.
Yeah, maybe one of these days.
The pod.
Maybe. So.
So I believe that I'm going to begin the chess game. And
All right.
Rose, do you want to talk about Thanksgiving?
Sure. Yeah. So, back in this is like a weird time period
It's
for
like
food.
85, 86. I mean,
It was like the 40s
Yeah.
to like late 70s.
okay,
Food was just fucking weird.
so that's cool.
Everything was in like gelatin molds, and there were like hollandaise banana ham platters.
And you knew how to do a
Rose is
backflip
sick,
back
so
then.
she
No,
doesn't-
absolutely.
She hasn't
how.
just gargled razor blades. She just
Yeah,
has a
I'm
bit
very
of an
sick. Maybe I
illness.
should just talk like this.
She's very contagious. We love having.
But yeah, so like, it's pretty known. Like, if you've ever seen like an old cookbook, there's just some wild fucking shit in there. But I was like curious to know why that fucking happened. My original theory was that the housewives were just cracked up on all kinds of like quaaludes and shit and just making random shit. But it actually has a lot to do with like the economy and like wartime and shit.
That's why they had the mayonnaise gelatin.
Right. They have like these giant gelatinous molds of like just mayonnaise and gelatin and shit. We'll put pictures up somewhere. But the reason being is because a lot of these like gelatin and like fish and all kinds of like lemon and bananas, exotic fruits weren't available for like anybody until around like the 1890s. But not that long after that, obviously the fucking depression hit, so nobody had money to acquire any of those foods. So coming out of that in like the 40s and 50s, people could actually afford to buy that shit, and it was now like more accessible and easy to make because gelatin is like supposed to be like incredibly difficult, and obviously in the 40s and like 30s nobody could really afford that shit. So they like cracked out in the 60s and just started putting it in everything, all kinds of like salads and
Oh, so
gelatin
they were just
molds.
like, they just thought it was fancy as fuck. 'Cause they
Well,
couldn't
also
afford it.
the women had just after World War II, they had to like stop working and shit. So they were like, "What the fuck am I supposed to do?" There was a lot of pressure put on them to keep like a perfect American home in all the advertisements for food. So that's what's in their mind. That's what's important. So they try to show up and impress and make a food that is like not inherently difficult to make, but they just make it look like it was basically. So yeah, lots of like fish rolled up around bananas.
Oh my
Fish
god, what?
There's like
a
this
thin slice of tuna or something.
Yeah, there's like this picture of like a bunch of sausages made out of fish that have like a pickle in it, and they're in like a special sauce.
A little
It's
pickle.
pretty yummy. But no, we all just thought that it was like high class and shit, but it's just fucking disgusting.
Yeah, lots of parts of the world they're still putting all their peas, carrots, corn, chicken, all in gelatin.
Beans, grains, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, corn.
It's a national dish in some countries.
It almost reminds me of when what's it called?
Just can't hear Kate.
Oh.
I know, it's okay. I'll look here. I'm gonna scoot over here.
Just real close.
You guys
What about- I feel
remember?
like right here is good.
You guys remember the Garfield
what if
and
we bring it
Friends
up and back
TV
here?
show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
boom.
like it's like a
There we go.
Oh, okay.
2D
Oh, it
animated.
doesn't- oh.
It has like
Yeah.
7 seasons or something like that.
There we go.
Yeah.
There's
Then
like
we
a
just go like
Thanksgiving
this.
Yeah.
special.
You're just kind of quietly playing chess
Right?
too, or just
the
like
Garfield
focused on
Thanksgiving
it.
special.
So if you
Yeah.
need to say something,
And it
you
was
just go
like
back
I
there.
will
had
go
a
like
song
this.
at
Yeah.
the beginning that
This
was
is
like,
fun. We're all just talking over
was
each
like-
other. The
Yeah, it's a
listeners
lot
having
of
a
commotion.
great time.
Yeah.
yeah.
Monty, tell us about the mud floods.
Okay, never mind.
He was telling me something
was
quite
telling-
interesting.
Oh.
Whatever.
Never-
talking
I just
about
straight up
Whatever.
can't hear you because I don't have the,
It's okay,
the
it's
headphones
okay.
on. I'm sorry.
There are lots of.
I just gotta make a move.
I'm gonna talk about the mud floods.
Ooh.
It's like a flood, but
But mud.
it's got dirt in it and it can bury houses. And there's lots of speculation since many pyramids had to be unearthed, like the Egyptian pyramids. They had
Mhm.
to actually be dug out, and there are many places where you can see these like pyramid-like mountains, like covered in dirt. And there's lots of speculation that there's a lot of hidden structures and like ancient architecture that that has been covered in mud. It's like you know the Easter Island like heads.
Mm-hmm. How they go like way further than
Yeah,
they actually
they-
do.
they-
Yeah, those
did-
things are huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a dig on the Easter Island heads, and they're like full body stone
Mhm.
You got that
statues
thick
that
body.
are all underneath the dirt.
Like how far deep below?
Pretty fucking deep.
It's
like
like,
more
look-
than the thing is tall.
So
Like,
how
Yeah.
the
Oh
hell?
wow.
It's like a
How-
whole, the Easter Island head. That's the head
Mm-hmm.
of
They
the
have
whole
a
thing.
whole
Yeah.
Is there like a body?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it-
Buried.
Whole
Yeah.
body.
It's
A
like
whole
it's
body.
like Diglett. You know how Diglett's just a little
Mhm.
head, but it's a massive,
Yeah.
ripped, roided out.
So
Yeah.
body
how
down there.
did people get out to an island in the middle of nowhere in the Pacific and create massive stone structures of like think about how big the heads are.
Yeah.
There's like 3 to 4 times more than that underneath the dirt. If you want to pull up pictures, you can.
Extraterrestrial technology.
Yeah, we can post them on the screen.
I'm curious. What do
In
these
post.
bodies look like? Are they like super long and skinny?
They're super long and skinny, the same width and of the
There's like
heads.
arms and
they have
legs
like,
and.
little
Mhm.
arms.
Pull up a Jamie.
Yeah.
Literally,
I need to
JT.
see-
It
I need to
literally
see a
just is
photo,
yourself.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I hope that doesn't fuck up the.
I guess while we're at it, I'll
recording.
pull up
I don't
some
think
pics
so.
of the gelatinous
recording, right?
foods.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
recording.
It's
Gotta double
rolling.
check that it's recording about 6 times.
Interesting. Wow. So.
Same thing with like the pyramids. They had to be unearthed, like they had to be dug out, and you have these massive several ton limestone blocks that had to be carried like at least 100 miles from the nearest mountain that had like
That's crazy.
the full body.
Jamie will put this up on screen.
Wow. So like, what inspired
All of
them to
that
dig
was-
this though? Like just
Clout.
curiosity.
just the
Pure
fact that
speculation.
there's ton. It's like also present in buildings and stuff. If you ever see buildings
Monty did.
where they have like those windows that there's like a
Wow,
Ang-
887.
How
That's
did they
definitely
make
not as many.
statues like that
They're
on
known
an
as
island
Moai.
in the
Move that
middle of
fucking
nowhere?
rock.
Didn't it have
like
no
where
that.
trees?
No civilization to be except those massive statues.
It says they were carved between 1100 and 1680.
It says it was called like yesterday.
Yes,
yesterday.
TJ's getting a call.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. That's so cute.
Think about it. I mean, also all the buildings where they have like entrances, and if there's been digs on buildings where it's like the real entrances that are actually like.
So was there? Sorry to interrupt. Was there a mud flood on Easter Island?
Possibly if if all that got buried, that entire massive
Wow.
structure and many of those, many statues exactly like that. Almost 1,000 statues exactly like that, buried on an island
that was
with
ours.
no
I haven't
civilization
moved yet. Is this
in the middle of nowhere.
And that's a bishop.
Whoa.
So
Mm.
So you're
So
saying that
sick.
there's like no people there
Yeah,
on
there's
Easter
no
Island,
people.
like no civilizations, not even like natives or anything.
Just a bunch of statues,
What the
like
fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Is there evidence of civilization though?
The statue.
That's it.
pretty much it.
Well, but that's it. That's the only
That's
so
evidence.
that means that they should fucking go underground and start fucking looking for shit.
You
I
walking
bet.
fuck-
I bet
Yeah.
that like
If
everything's
that's
super
underground,
deep. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's interesting.
Wow.
Wow. There's probably so much stuff underground that
We just don't fucking
we
know
just
about.
don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Seattle. Half of Seattle is underground. That's
Mm-hmm.
And I've
That's
never
like-
heard of Seattle.
yeah, the
Yeah,
Seattle.
where's that?
underground. Yeah, I don't know.
Is it your?
Sorry. It takes me a long time to play chess. For those actually watching, for the 2 people watching the chess game at the moment,
Oh my
his pieces are a bit strange. So this is a pawn,
Excuse me.
and
Sounds good.
where's a bishop?
Made me
This
hungry.
is a bishop. It's just a slightly larger pawn. So I'm a bit confused, as you may be too. But don't worry, no one's gonna watch it. And yeah,
Does
Easter
anyone know
Island heads are
the
much more
history
interesting.
of chess?
Ooh,
Though?
no.
I don't
Do-
know. I
Oh.
don't.
Yeah, history of
Sorry, I
chess.
was so
I'll tell
excited.
you some history.
See, that's a good
Yeah,
talking
can
point you
Max-
could have
I know.
brought.
Maybe
Max?
tune in next
I
time
don't
for
know
that.
the history.
Yeah,
I have
that's
a,
chess.
I have
Tell
a
us the
history
of chess, man.
lesson.
Okay.
Oh, everybody
Do
tune in.
tell.
So
Everyone's
it was
practicing sultry
about
tone.
it was about 2 days ago. I woke up. It was maybe midnight. I'd set my alarm for 8 hours. I was supposed to wake up like 5:30 in the morning, right? And so I went to bed like 8:30. So I was like maybe 4 hours into my 8-hour alarm. Okay, so and I was like, then all of a sudden I'm up. I'm like, oh my god! And then like I get a thing, like my anus is trying to tell me something. He's like, oh my god, we gotta go take a shit. Right? So then I go and like try to take one, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't even go shit right now, right? So I was like, oh, I gotta go back to sleep. Dang, I'm tired as crap right now. It's so late. What the heck? I gotta be up right now later.
That was
And then I went back to sleep, and then I was like, I felt the little sensation again. I was like, oh, I got a shit. Yeah, Marty knows. I mean, I don't know why he's on his phone during the story, but
Yeah, Monty, this is the history of chess right
this
now.
is the
dude. Have
chess
some fucking
history.
respect
So
for the
yeah,
game.
I went to the I went to the toilet, and I was like, okay, well, this is obviously going to be one of those meditative situations where I need to breathe, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, and like, seven
Have you ever-
seven in, I'm like, oh my god, and then like that's like phase 1 of like
Yeah,
10. So
yeah.
I got there's like a couple more steps I got. So it was like a good half hour of like deep breathing.
It
and
sounds like you're chronically ill.
no. It was,
Does the chess, is that before or after you invented
well,
chess?
that was after Dr. Chess came and invented
Mm.
chess or whatever his,
Yeah. Have you ever seen like these videos
Excuse
that
me, I'm
help
gonna
you
urinate.
help you shit? They give
Oh,
you
like the squatty potty?
well, no, it's
you-
like they give you like
you gotta shit?
tips
All the
One.
shit
of
talk?
like movements that
Remember
you can
that
do on the
video?
toilet to like actually just
Oh.
make it come out.
Well, we don't have a squatty potty, so I just put my feet like
I
that.
find that significantly more uncomfortable while I'm shitting.
It feels
I-
good.
It feels so gross.
Do you
to
guys
me.
do like the rocking thing where you're like rock back
Yeah,
and forth?
yeah, and you can do it like
Everybody-
this
yeah,
too.
everyone I talk to
No,
like,
I
just
don't do
intuitively
that.
knows
Dude,
how
it
to
fucking
do that.
helps.
Yeah.
If you're fucking constipated and shitting for 10 hours on
Yeah, I
end,
mean, you're,
maybe
move,
try
you're
it one
getting
day,
some
man.
movement around in the
Oh
colon.
no, the
Yeah.
best method I've found is
Just
to
sitting on the
just
toilet
sit
like
there
this.
and breathe.
Yeah, the squatty,
for
yeah.
Breathe.
just
That's how we
heavily
shit for-
breathe and then
Keep talking over Max. I'm sorry, I don't have the headphones on, so I can't.
talking. It's fine. It's really kind of an important story, but you just keep interrupting me.
You still telling
It's
the
cool.
history of chess?
Yeah. So
Dr. Chess?
I can't. If I move, then everything resets for me. I
Oh.
can't do that. I can't do
Interesting.
that.
Resets.
So. But anyway,
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
about
like-
it for that. I think.
Can you tell me about Hawaii, Max?
Hawaii.
I've never been.
Mm.
So
Hawaii?
you pretty much get there and it's like a beach, right? And it's flat, like nice and flat, like the flat bed in Minecraft, like the big flat land.
Mm.
And,
Is it?
No.
Hawaii? Completely flat?
I was pulling your leg a little bit there. Because I knew Evan
Pulling his cock out.
would put his ear up and be like, what is he talking about?
That's
Put his
basically
little ear up.
all of our interactions so far, yes.
Be like, huh? Like, but basically, I don't know. It's whatever. It's whatever.
Really? Okay. Were you born there, or you just been there a
I
lot?
was born there. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I lived there for a long time, and I'm gonna live there for even more time. I think in week or so.
Oh,
You're
wow.
heading out in a week?
So soon.
It's like 2 weeks or something like that.
Okay. Well, farewell.
Yep.
Bon voyage.
Goodbye. But yeah. I got a sledgehammer job over there.
Ooh,
Manufacturing and slamming of the sledgehammers.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, I've been doing that for kind of all my life because that's what my dad does.
Oh.
Because he was like swinging it. He was like, "You're gonna learn how to do this, right? You're gonna learn how to do this.
I'm like focusing on the chest, and then occasionally
You're gonna learn how to do this."
Turn back into.
My dad, I don't know, he was weird back then, but he's a little bit better now. But back then, he was kind of unstoppable. But
Sounds like a real
I
addiction.
mean, that's what Evan
Sounds like
told
my
me to
dad.
say before the podcast
Dude, I said
started.
you can't. I told you to. We gotta cut this out.
He was
We gotta
like,
cut this out. The
Someone's
thing is,
following
it's
the
not
script.
scripted.
"Tell everybody
the
that your
podcast is
dad
not
only back
scripted.
in the day
Oh,
was
where's
Marty,
like."
Marty,
Marty's
go.
loitering outside
Oh
the
my
You wanna
door.
go let him
so
in?
he's a
Yeah,
let him
I
in, yeah.
guess.
Give me the fucking headphones
No.
for the time that you're gone. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for
You
giving
can
me
finally
that
hear
voice.
Max's fucking beautiful voice.
Yeah, my
Please.
sick ass voice.
Oh,
You know,
God, so good.
yeah, you told me just to kind of keep it under wraps, but you're like, just lie, just say your dad was a crazy fucking sledgehammer shaman manufacturer and going blah blah, and he was abusing you for like almost 14 years, like. And then ease it out, like just like when you're on a plane lands like smoothly on a nice fucking New York day in the New York Bay
New York Day in the New York Bay.
or whatever you're talking about. I don't know.
Monty's back, ladies and gentlemen. Was it a good piss, Monty?
It was all right. I mean,
Rate it.
it was
1 out of 10.
It was a bit too yellow for my taste. It definitely didn't hydrate
Gotta
enough
have
for the
your
morning.
taste.
But it does feel kind of
Man, this
relieving
sucks. I
that
want
like when it's like really yellow and you feel that like kind of burn from all like the toxins.
It's
leaving
yellow
you.
and it's like nice as fuck.
And it's just like nice. It's just kind of nice to get it out. Just kind of
Like
get it
nice
out.
as shit.
I mean, I was actually hoping I could take a shit because I've been backed up for like 3 days.
That's what we were just talking
See,
about.
it happens every time I eat Little Caesars. It's like my digestive system stops working.
Wait, so the whole
I
time
think
you
you
were
might
in
be
the
eating
bathroom
too
this
much
morning, you
ramen.
weren't shitting?
I mean,
How
I
much
mean,
can
I would.
He was in the
I
bathroom for a
wish
very
it
long
was.
time.
I wish it was a shit.
Can you tell
Like,
me how much ramen you consume on a daily basis?
how much ramen I consume on a daily basis? I usually about like 1 packet every other day.
Every other day, okay.
Yeah.
So
I don't
that
believe
shit
you.
is building up in your fucking intestines.
Oh, I believe that.
That's why you're having
And
such a hard time
Marty for the
sitting.
podcast is saying Little Caesars, but he's usually like, "Yeah, we're gonna go Little Caesars tonight."
yeah.
Like
yeah,
Little
yeah.
Caesars.
Ayo,
And he backs up his stance a little bit. He tucks his shirt in.
Pulls out his
Tuck my
Glock.
shirt in, I've heard that.
He's like, "I feel good."
Yeah.
Honestly, that's how I feel most of the time, though. I wake up and there's like a sense of relaxation. There's like a feeling of calm, and most of the time, I it's just that I feel good, and then when I don't feel good, that's when the problems arrive, and
That's when you just like down Pepto-Bismol.
that's when it's just like Pepto-Bismol time. But you know what I've really been vibing with is like the milk
When
of
you get up off the
magnesia.
bathroom floor.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been drinking.
Interesting.
I like the milk and magnesium because like sometimes when I can't go to the bathroom, it really helps turn it all into like slippery
Like diarrhea, slip and slide sludge.
no, it's like when I eat like a lot
the
of
diarrhea
ramen.
slipping.
When I look like a lot of ramen, when I eat like a lot of ramen, when I poop, it looks like a bunch of ramen noodles have been like put in like those spring roll wraps.
Okay, listen, no,
Oh
but I'll
my
tell you what about my
God.
constipation's going back to like the
There's
history of
whole
chess.
noodles, though?
That's what I'm saying. That's not normal. All right, if you're
history
being
of chess-
serious, that's a
He's,
problem.
he's not serious. There's no way.
Okay,
Was
so
Marty saying it?
Yeah.
He's serious.
Does anyone want to get me a Mountain Dew?
Marty, the only reason why I think I was constipated is because I ate a whole like half a bag of pistachios, and then, like the little bits of poop that could come out were like pistachio shaped.
Oh yeah.
So there was like it was like
Oh,
rabbit.
You should tell your blueberry story.
God.
Oh yeah, one time I pooped out a whole blueberry, and
Oh,
that's all I pooped out too. I really had to shit. It was like hurting bad, And I ran into my friend's house in this little bathroom that the only decoration is this weird clown on a swing in the corner. And I was like looking at the clown dead in the eyes and like, "Ugh." And then I look in the toilet and I was like, that was weird. And it was just a little blueberry.
No, I have
And
a
he
lot.
came
Turned
instantly in
into
the
a clown.
toilet.
No, I have like lots of little stories like that.
I'm certain you do, Marty.
Well, but most of the time it's just like I'm coughing, you know. It's like I'm coughing from my rear end, like you get like, you know.
Oh,
But it's not bad though.
it's pretty bad.
It's nice as fuck.
It
too.
feels like you're starting up like an old truck, you know.
Oh.
You know, it's like trying to
The
turn
old
over.
lawnmower.
Yeah, you're just like.
Oh, Marty, tell
like-
your story about Mercury and urine.
Oh, the.
Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to hear about the hat guys?
Yes.
So you know about how like top hats and how they kind of they evolved from like those tricorn hats in the 1600s. So the reason why they started using mercury in hats was because there was this one guy that there was this one guy in France who was like in charge of pissing on all the felt that got made into hats, because for some reason his piss made the felts like, it gave it that like texture and that like malleability but like solidness that would like make the hats really nice.
Wait, I have a question to interject. How did they discover that he was like, do you know? Like, how did he discover that
He
I'm
just
just
pissed
good
on
at
his hat
pissing
one
on
day and he
hats?
was like, hey,
Yeah.
that works.
Yeah, I think that was literally that, or it was like, or I can't remember the exact full story, but either way, you can look this up. There was a guy that pissed on the
Wow.
felt for hats.
So why was his piss so good?
Because
His piss
he
so
got
good.
treated for syphilis some years earlier with blue mass, which was a pill back in the 1600s to 1800s that was just pure mercury. And mercury back in the 1600s to 1800s was a cure-all for all sorts of maladies: constipation, diarrhea, syphilis, you name it, they just gave you mercury. In fact, Abraham Lincoln was actually prescribed the blue mass pills, and he had to stop taking them
You know
because
what's weird about Abraham Lincoln too?
What?
He was the first guy, I think, in history to go, I whip my hair back and forth.
How did you already know what he was gonna fucking say, Marty? Have you had this discussion?
No.
Nah, let's just cut it short.
Yeah.
Just cut that short.
But so yeah, it wasn't until like they figured out, oh yeah, this guy got treated for syphilis by mercury. So that's when they realized, oh, it's the mercury making those hats all freaking nice. And so that's actually where it all leads into the term mad as a hatter, because then they started, these hat factories used to be filled with mercury. And so the people who would work in these factories that made hats would
Fucking
all
insane.
all eventually go insane, which is where the term mad as a hatter comes from.
crazy.
And that's why there's so many like archetypes and characters of people with top hats that are just goofy and crazy, and
Yeah.
like
Oh
it
my
all
God, Cat
comes
in the
from mercury poisoning.
And
That's
the
crazy.
Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Dude, it'd be so sick if you could if you could just dig a hole that's exactly the size of the size of you when you're in a ball like that, and then
Yeah.
it goes all the way like down to the center of the earth, and you have plenty of you dive in, and the whole time you're just rolling, so it's like going down.
Oh, no,
Right,
no.
buddy.
What's my name? Oh, no.
Nah.
I'm searching up the guy who peed on hats.
Sounds like a good not a documentary, but one of those based on a true story movie titles.
That they just
Oh,
don't
yeah. The
man who
base it
pissed
off
on
of a
hats.
true story. They just go crazy.
I feel like
Well,
it
it
would
sounds
call
like a
just
true
be like
story to me.
felt.
I mean, the guy pissed on. Hey, he did it. He pissed on those hats. You know. He really did. Like, it happened. I was there. You know. This is
All
good podcast
right.
listening. As soon as I put the headphones on, I just go a little kooky.
We can look up the
A
actual
little bit
history of
kooky, yeah.
chess.
Marty's doing some research right now.
You got to say it in the mic.
We can look
yeah.
up the actual history of chess if everybody.
That sounds fun. I'm down.
I know
Sure,
where
yeah, that sounds
the
good.
word checkmate comes from.
Where does
Where?
it come from?
It comes from Arabic.
Oh.
The
Arabic.
Arabic word for death is mat,
Oh.
And the Arabic word for king is sheikh or sheik, you know, like Sheikh. So checkmate is literally just a combination of sheikh mat, checkmate, king dead.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Oh wow,
yeah,
the
actually
history.
is kind of cool. Yeah.
It's actually kind of dope.
That's actually sick, dude. Thanks for sharing that.
Here,
shit,
I'll give you
dude.
that.
Fuck yes, dude.
Like do this.
Oh, you want me to read the history of chess?
What if we bring it forward a bit so you don't have to go
The
back?
word Mahdi is actually Malaysian for the word dead.
Oh.
All right, folks. I guess
Did your mom know
JT
that while knowing you?
No.
Or while naming you? Huh. Interesting. Then why'd you choose it?
I don't freaking
What other
know.
reason than to name your kid after death?
Because it's like, you know, aside for English, it's actually a fairly common, like, grouping of syllables. Like, Mahdi. It also means mom in Ukrainian.
I thought your name, before I saw it on paper, I thought your name was Moddy.
It would make things a lot more simpler.
Yeah, me
Like
too.
Maddie.
Maddie. I always like the word Maddie. It kind of gives me this, like, sort of, like, mysterious sort of, like...
I've
Yeah.
said your name in front of Brian multiple times in the same conversation. I'll be like, yeah, Marty he's like really pissed off that like he can't work, and then he'll be like, I know, Maddie, I'm gonna get back to him. Like,
He just
Yeah.
hears you
That's my
saying
dad
still.
too.
Maddie.
My
Max's
dad.
dad
My
is
dad's
just
like, "How's Matey doing?"
Selective
I'm like,
hearing,
"Bro, you met him."
It's crazy.
Like, how do you not know?
All right, so JT has pulled up the history of chess for me, and I guess I'm gonna fucking read it. So chess, as we know it today, was born out of the Indian game Chaturanga before the 600s AD. The game spread throughout Asia and Europe over the coming centuries and eventually evolved into what we know as chess around the 16th century. One of the first masters of the game was Spanish priest named Ruy Lopez, and that's the entire history of chess, folks. You're welcome.
I like the India. I always had like a bit of an intrigue in like
India
why
fetish.
is,
Dude, we got a
tantric-
fucking.
Yo, we got a
sick
Joaquin in the
visitor.
house.
It's
I've
so
always had
sick.
like an interest in tantric
What's
practices.
going on, dude?
Do you want a
There
mic
he
of
is.
some
That's Joaquin,
kind?
everybody.
Sure, yeah.
Just crouch next to my girlfriend and
I'm sick.
Hi. Hello, everybody.
Joaquin, everybody.
How's it
Can
going?
we have a round of
So
applause for
I got a few-
Joaquin?
Thank
Yeah.
you. I got a few minutes before my show starts in a
Joaquin's a
bit.
DJ.
Yeah, DJ and
The old
and
KWD.
production man here at the studio. I guess I could have gotten a chair, but I don't care.
It's better to squat,
bars.
dude. You gotta feel in touch with your primal roots.
I can squat 200 pounds.
That's pretty good.
saw him do it.
I
you
like
are
that.
freaking. You're not kidding, too. I could see it in your freaking face, dude. That is
I know
so
it's the
sick you
face
could
of
do
somebody yeah. What was the conversation before I
Talking
walked
about the
in
history
here?
of
We're talking about like elf
chess.
bars and
We
shit.
were talking about it.
that's
we
a
were
good
talking
one.
about how
That's a
like
classic one.
how
Maudie was saying how much he loves
Now you
India.
can't
we
see
were
me at
talking
all.
about how you love to get Mountain Dews for everyone.
I don't do that ever.
We're talking about how you look like Eddie Burback, dog.
Eddie
You do kind
Burback.
of look like Eddie fucking Burback, don't you?
Maybe I
Let's pull
do.
the
It's
photo
Like
of
a
Eddie
like a
Burback.
like a much trimmer and sexier Eddie Burback.
Oh my
Like a
goodness.
nice
Eddie
looking.
Brokeback, honestly.
I
wanna
bet he can
fuck
squat
kind of Eddie
like twice
Burback.
his body weight, you know.
And I'm not kidding.
With
I don't think
practice.
he's ever seen a squat rack in his fucking life. Do you know who Eddie Burback is?
I do. I know that he had a podcast.
Doesn't he? Doesn't he?
Yeah.
Jamie, pull up Eddie Brokeback.
It's the
Eddie-
glasses
Eddie
and the
Bareback.
stash.
Eddie Bareback Mountain.
Yeah.
He's an okay dude. I don't really like his videos too much.
Me neither.
No, me neither.
I mean, ever since he,
I'm not even
know
sure if
him.
I like that guy.
No.
No, I don't like that guy. But you know, you look like him.
Yeah. Ever since he threw Gus Johnson under the bus a little bit, I was like, that's a bummer. You know, his best friend. They kind of had
His
a
buddy, you remember
falling
Gus
out over
Johnson?
that. Yeah, Gus Johnson.
I remember that guy.
Yeah,
Good
I
guy.
guess. Yeah, I mean, the it's complicated, but I'm not like it's. I don't know these people in real life.
You're not
but,
an
like,
expert.
As somebody who watches YouTube so much, I just it's hard to not feel a little bit parasocial with my creators.
With your little buddies.
you know, if
Those
it
are your buddies, dude.
yeah,
You can just-
yeah.
you can just
If it
watch
came
this.
out that Charlie Moist Critical was somehow like an evil drug lord the whole time, I'd be like, oh yeah, I
I'd
can see
support it.
that.
Yeah.
Because anything could happen, really. That's the
Do you-
issue.
Podcast with Indigoon.
What?
I'm I don't know. I was just telling her to speak into a mic.
Oh, yeah, we
just
have
doing a podcast
microphones.
We're
That's
having a
true.
microphone issue. We're having a deficit of. We're in a microphone drought at the moment. There's just too
It's
many
not a
homies in the
deficit. It's a we've reached max microphone.
max microphone capacity.
It's just
You got
so sick.
microphone.
Speaking of YouTube, did you hear about Pokemon's thing where she's made she took over a cookie company and is selling it for like way much and made the packages smaller and says it's like a healthy cookie brand, and then she said that
And
her
she
fans
flashed her
yeah
seriously
she
sick
flashed
tits
her
on the
money and
screen.
she's like, if my
Sure.
fans can't support it, then whatever.
No, it's just cutting out the audio. I was confused.
It's cutting out.
Here's an
Oh, because
idea.
I was playing with
Yeah.
this. Sorry, I started fidgeting with the headphone input, as I often do.
That's
Have
okay.
you
Do you
heard
like
of,
Pokemon?
this YouTuber, speaking of which, I'm not really a huge fan of him. It's like necessary
Well, to
information or
say,
something like that.
I probably have heard of him. What?
Necessary. Have you heard of it? Necessary information.
Necessary information?
Necessary information.
Is-
Yeah, it's like this
is-
new channel. It's kind of like run by this like douchebag kind of guy, but like
Yeah.
Really?
It's kind of
Yeah.
an asshole.
Interesting. I'll have to check it out.
yeah, you might need to check that one out.
Yeah.
Even knowing nothing about it, just like anything YouTube, whenever somebody recommends a YouTuber to me, I'm like,
Yeah.
I want, yeah, because
Yeah,
I
he's like an
actually-
asshole,
I have
but
the
it's in,
time.
like, you know,
I
he
always
tries
make
to
the
be
time.
funny,
shitty content.
but it's kind of cringy. Like he should just shut up and say the CIA.
Well, I've actually been
information.
getting into this one guy. I think his name is like Ray William Johnson.
Oh yeah, dude.
And I
he's
he's
an
a hot
OG.
new hot dude on
I've
the
been-
block right now.
I've
yeah.
been-
Yeah, he's kind of like the hot guy on the
I have
block.
not heard that guy in a minute. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
The classic
No,
boy.
I've been.
He's right
Like,
up there
he-
with
he
like
used to
what the
have-
buck. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh, what the? I mean, if I had to choose between Ray William Johnson or What the Buck, I'm choosing Ray William Johnson every time.
You're saying you're not a what the buck enthusiast.
I'm
You don't
not
have,
a
like,
What the
all
Bucker. No, I'm not.
You don't have like a
What the
Tobuscus
buck,
wristband or whatever.
Nugget biscuit,
Nugget
nugget
no
no biscuit.
Yeah.
You remember his vlogs?
Yeah, I was-
Remember his vlogs where he used to go like intro with
Darkness and redness and whiteness.
Remember that?
That's right.
You like that?
That's right. If you watch this video, thank you. If you sneeze during this video, bless you.
Oh my!
Yeah, I was
too deep there.
I was
buddy.
11 years old. That's all it is. I was 11 years old. It's true. You know.
If you
I
sneeze
watched
during
I
this
watched
video,
Yogg's
bless you.
cast
Yeah.
when the channel was called Blue Zephos, and it was like
Pretty sick.
the moment when their Let's Play turned into a whole gigantic, evolving Minecraft series.
Whatever the fuck it is.
It blew my mind as an 11-year-old.
I just liked Diggy Diggy Hole or whatever.
Diggy
that-
Diggy Hole.
Diggy
That
Hole,
was a
hole.
vibe.
Right?
Jaffa
Is that what it goes?
Cakes. Jaffa Cake Factory.
I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy dig. That's like Evan's fave, whatever.
That's a real song. Well,
That is
it's
a
a
real
song,
song.
and then there like a real Viking metal band turned that into like a song and
I
recorded
am a
it.
dwarf. It's like so badass.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Diggy diggy hole.
it's a good one.
It's like cool.
It's a classic thing.
I like to dig in my hole.
I could sing a song.
I don't know. This was just here. I think it must have been over there. The radio station has a lot of weird little knickknacks. I don't
Nice
know.
props.
Music has always
Everything that's in
been
here.
my escape. You know.
Oh, you
I
want to
li-
escape right now? Coming
No,
up next
I-
on
I-
the Jew.
Well, I love like I like to sing. I like to dance. I like to make art. I enjoy
Cool,
like
bro.
like I
Marty's
like
a
to I
big
like to go to
dancer.
s- I like
You're
to
a big
go to s-
dancer.
Yeah, I like to move my hips around, swing my legs, you know, get some arm bops, some neck twirls.
I thought you were gonna say I like to move my legs around, spread them, and I like to dance too. You know.
I like-
Checkmate.
I mean, honestly, you got me. Like, it's like you just peered into my soul and you just kind of tickled my third eye.
I tend to do that. You know, it's the mustache. as
You
I'm told.
tickled my pineal gland, and now it's like
I don't-
exploding with
What?
kaleidoscopic
Well,
colors.
I didn't mean to do that, bro. But you know, I just you know.
100% meant to do that.
Like I feel the blood rushing to my brain, and like I feel like my hypothalamus pulsing, and it's like
How you
actually
know all
really
these big
intense.
words, bro? I don't know any of these words.
I don't even know any
Hypothalamus?
words. You're just speaking.
Oh,
through
did we
me
just
right
did we
now.
just finish the chess game right
JT
there?
did just eat my
Fantastic.
ass really hard.
Hey.
You had me for a while.
I
there.
was
thought
up in
you had it.
material.
I never
but
went to
he-
college. I
he
just
got- he
I was
pinned
in
me
the
down.
school of hard knocks. You know, I went to the
Hard Knocks life.
Hard Knocks School of Hard Knocks.
Do you
the
want a mic of
University
some
of
kind,
Life.
Rose? Do you want a mic of some kind? If you need to say something, you can just yell.
You
it.
can
I
grab
can't
any of
even
them.
speak.
You can grab any of the mics.
Okay,
You're
fair enough.
overqualified. You have the best headphones in the room.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, so you're hearing everything that's
Thank
happening.
you for validating my headphone purchase, Joaquin.
Yeah.
I
No.
purchased them, and I was like, one day, a
One day.
beautiful mustachioed Eddie Burback-looking man is going to tell me that these are nice.
You know the truth. Well, first of all, thank you, and I agree with the headphone choice because I also just bought those headphones because I am mixing the live sessions that we do on. There would have been a live band happening right now, but they canceled. And I've been doing those mixes with headphones mostly, and I needed better headphones that were like, I don't know, good. So they're like expensive, man, but they're really good and they're comfortable and you can wear them for a while.
So comfy.
Not like the Sonys where you get a lot of fatigue from all those all that super intense mid-range.
Have you seen the Howard Stern show?
Hey you guys,
You want to take your shirt off?
Here I am.
Want
Tell me about these guys. What do you think? What's wrong with these bozos?
With these
Howard Stern's
bozos.
I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like I could
flawed
get
Have
on.
you heard? Have you heard? Specifically, the Howard Stern show when he's talking to Andy Dick. No, he's not talking to Andy Dick. He's responding to Andy Dick, who will not stop calling him. Don't cancel me. These are Andy Dick's words. A hook-nosed Jew.
Oh
He
yeah.
will just not stop referring to him as a hook-nosed Jew. He does it like six.
Well,
fucking
he kinda-
times.
Andy Dick is a terrible person, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, Howard
we don't-
Stern
we
is
don't
also a
stand him.
terrible
not
person
ideal.
too. I don't like
They all
Howard
are.
Stern.
He made like a movie about like college radio that I used a clip of on my show
Oh
one
my
time. I
God.
never seen it, but
It's called Private Parts.
is it called Private Parts?
Yeah, that's his
Yeah, that
movie.
sounds stupid. That sounds real.
Private
Oh,
Parts.
but I was
Would
good. What I was gonna say,
treat
more than the Eddie Burback thing, I got the mustache and the glasses because of a bodybuilder that I look up to named Mike Mentzer. He's dead, but he stresses the importance.
Did he
of-
just die?
No, he died in like
5 minutes ago.
92 or something.
Okay.
But he was like
So close.
he was a very cool dude, and he stressed short, brief, intense, high intensity workouts. And I don't do everything that he says because he's kind of he was he was ahead of his time about a lot of other things, but
He's like The Rock,
not like The Rock.
where he's like, I get up at 3:30 in the morning every day.
No,
and
he
then take my steroids.
he was
and
more
fix-
like he was saying stuff back in the 80s and 70s about more we say about now about like having carbs actually be important and sleep and rest periods and I don't know, just the type of stuff that you get into when people didn't talk about.
Yeah, all they talked about was cottage cheese and, Arnold's.
I just talk
words.
about like L.A. and shit.
you got
like
to get the
casinos.
pump. Yeah.
Fun-ass shit.
I've always felt like a natural connection to Los Angeles and just the artistic scene there and
Oh,
like,
yeah?
the fashion scene.
I was just party. That's it.
Monty's
No,
a little
exactly.
Party and
fashion
that's it.
I like,
Monty's very fashionable.
Yes.
It's true.
Yeah, I like to, I like to gander around into like the unknown of when it comes to fashion and like sense of style. That's why when I came to LA about like 10 years ago, I was just shocked because like I was at the Disneyland, and that's when I
Was
went.
that the
The
Disneyland?
I was out.
I would also be shocked if I was at the Disneyland.
Actually, funny thing you said that because I went
it's
on.
so
the,
funny.
I went on the Space
It's
Mountain
so funny
ride.
that I said that.
I went on the
That's
Space
hilarious.
Mountain ride, and it was actually like totally dark the whole time.
Oh.
So I couldn't see anything when I was on the Space Mountain ride, and
Yeah,
it was really fun. I couldn't like that when I came out of that ride. That was when it was time for the Matterhorn. You know what I mean? Like so when I went to the Disneyland, like. There was just sort of like this sense of like calm euphoria.
We should
There
have
was,
you
like-
on radio, man. We'd never have dead air.
I know.
It'd be fantastic. You're an
Monty. I had
asset.
to, I had to blackmail Monty to get him on this podcast. He
Really?
never
Yeah, I don't
wanted to come
even
on
want to
because
fucking
He does
be
not want
here.
to be here. Like,
Yeah, but you certainly have things to say.
I hate
think
all
it's
of you.
great. It goes without that saying.
Because he
See,
filmed a previous episode, which made me
Right.
realize why he's not a big fan of
I don't even
getting in front
like
of a
you
microphone.
guys.
Yeah.
I'm now blackmailing him. To
but
come
listen,
on by
dog,
saying,
you
"I'll release that
can't you can't
episode."
talk about how much you appreciate fashion when you walked here dressed as modern Frankenstein. You know?
Well, that's actually the thing. It's actually funny you said that.
it's
because,
so funny that I said that.
Yeah, it's
We
act-
can't stop laughing.
It's actually funny that you
I
said,
just died.
Yeah. Well, actually,
I'm
what's really weird is it's actually funny that you said that. because when
Are you
I
sure?
when I
You want to
saw
say a couple more
I
times?
saw the Frankenstein. I saw the Frankenstein movie, and I thought it was really interesting.
You
because
related a lot to it.
I related a lot to the
So sick.
to the
To the
um,
Frankenstein.
Yeah.
to the problem, like who is the actual monster? You know.
Yeah, when
Was
that
it-
motherfucker
was it
said,
the
I felt that. I
when
related to that.
When
Literally
when
me
the
for real.
when the Frankenstein created the monster, you know. But that makes you wonder: is Dr. Frankenstein the actual monster? Because the monster had no free will.
You should
And it was
talk-
really dope.
Yeah.
No, but actually, I'm gonna have to interrupt you right there because it's really dope. And the Frankenstein, he chimes
Frankenstein.
in, and he fucking has this like monster cock. He's like,
Well, it's actually
He
funny
grabs
that
that
you
shit
said that
two-handed, too.
because
He's
I actually
fucking like automatic. Like
I-
that thing is like,
well,
it's like a
Now,
fucking
I can't relate to
machine,
that
basically.
aspect.
well, I actually like cranked one out to like this
I was in the
Rule
theater and I
34
cranked
of
it
the
out.
Frankenstein.
Franken.
Well, because like you know
Wait,
how the
wait,
Dr.
wait.
Frankenstein is like a woman. So I immediately wanted to like find out if there was a video that I could watch of Dr. Frankenstein like banging the monster of her creation. And what's so funny is like I actually cranked one out, and it really made me think like who is the monster now? Because now there's three.
Because like
people.
I'm a fucking monster.
You're the monster for cranking it in the theater, you know?
I wasn't in the theater. I was.
Oh, no?
I
That's
was
why
on
you relate
like
to me,
I
like,
was like on those weird like
Pee-wee
Russian
Herman.
video streaming websites.
Yeah, he
Like-
went to the theater to see
Yeah.
the Frankenstein rule.
Well, actually,
34.
Frankenstein Edge, bro.
well,
He was
actually,
edging.
I've
He was
been
edging.
like, well, no, for real though. I've actually started edging.
Oh,
which
good
is-
for you,
Tell us
you
about
know.
it. please.
Well,
Yeah.
so
Doing your Kegels every day.
Well, no, here
you know?
what's actually it's funny you said that because
I'm going to go now. Bye.
well, because like
Bye, Joaquin.
well, because
Joaquin,
like
I love you, Joaquin.
for
Oh, he's
for
gone.
f- like for a period of like recently it's not become about like the nut but like the actual act of like
It's the travel,
stroking
not the
yourself.
destination.
Yeah, it's about like and it's about like when I watch the videos it's like the voices in my head start to quiet down a little bit and it's like this meditative state where like I can't even use my whole hand when it starts. Like I'm starting off with like 2 fingers, then I like bump it up to 3. You know, I got like 5 tabs open. You know, I
find
have
Marty's whole regimen. You know,
I
He
have
has
like
the
an
meat
hour
beat,
long
the meat beat
alarm.
manifesto. The meat beat manifesto.
Well, I've
posted
actually
on the
been
Mahdi
doing a
subreddit.
lot of shadow work recently, and I've been
while doing this process. yeah.
well, like, cause like that's the thing. I've actually been realizing that I have a problem when it comes to jacking off, and
Really?
yeah. Well, it's because it's like there's only so many times you can just like look at the clock and it's like 3, 4 a.m. You've had your pants down for like 1 to 2 hours. You haven't even like ejaculated. You're just like
It's like the
you
third
know
time
you're
you've
just
done soft.
you're just like
something.
oscillating fingers when it starts getting hard again, when it starts to get soft again. You're switching 3, 4, and then you know you go hard for 5 minutes with your whole hand, and then you get a little bored and you switch. You know, it's like this
when the
long.
fisting gets
You know,
long.
it actually reminds me a lot of when I used to deliver pizzas for Papa John's. Like I'd always get a massive rush if I like busted a load while driving, and then like and then like I delivered the pizza like after I like and like they have no idea that like I actually just did this, and like it was
Sounds hot.
well it's actually funny you said that. It's actually well because like
Is it, Mahdi?
here's the thing though, because like I like it would give me like because knowing that they'd tip me like $4, $5, $6, you know. I wonder would they have even tipped me $4, $5, $6 had they known that I literally was like rubbing my.
Mahdi, I don't believe they would. Did you bust on the pizza?
No, I would never do that.
Would you? Never? Like that never is a strong word.
It's not a part of the. It's not a part of the pizza man's code, you know. If
you
gonna,
were definitely
if you're
following
gonna,
the
if
pizza
you're-
man's code.
if
that
you're,
you can jack off, just not on the pizza.
it was a. You know, I eventually had to stop that job because it was
Did
too
you?
much work for me. You know, well, because like that was around the time where you know. You know, it was just free living back then. You know, it was life was easy. You know, we were
good.
relaxed, we were calm.
Back in my day, jacking off. In
You
the
know,
pizza
it's
car
like
was
now
too
it's like
much
I
work. You
wake
didn't have
up
to
and my
do that.
heart's fluttering and I'm just pissed off. You know, but like back in the day,
I'm just
dude,
pissed off. I wake up. I'm pissed.
I wake up and it's like
I always
I'm
wake up.
pissed
I'm
off.
pissed.
Well, it actually kind of stems from like a level of sadness, you know, like when you wake up and it's like 1 p.m., you know, like you have like a weird like hour clock, hour like you know.
Monty, by the way, I'm not airing this episode too. By the way, like this episode will be going on air.
Okay, that's fine
Okay,
with
good,
me,
good,
dude.
good. I just needed to make
when
sure
you
about
bust
it.
it,
All right.
when you just
All the
gotta
people
bust
who've
that
gotten a
out.
pizza from you are gonna have some sick realization.
But nothing in this podcast is true. This is all an act. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Everything happens in Minecraft.
This is actually.
That's
need
why
to put
Evan
that
scripted
disclaimer.
everything
Yes.
before.
It's
It's
yeah.
like
true.
mine.
This is the
Yeah.
Mindcast.
All right, Monty. Thank you for that. That was Monty's
My
Power
pleasure.
Hour.
Exiting scene 2. Yeah.
Hungry.
Does anybody else?
I think it's Mountain. Like I think it's like Dr. Pepper time.
Ooh, I thought it was Mountain Dew time.
How long have we been recording?
About an hour.
About an hour. Well, let's finish this chess game.
50 minutes.
Let's finish this chess game, and
Okay.
then we can.
You just started it.
So,
You just started it.
Max, do you have a what are you working on these days?
what are you working on these days, Max? It's
Um.
funny you should say that.
Well, right now. I think I've just been busy with this project. You guys are familiar with Town?
Yeah.
You know that? You know, like the new iteration, the Adam Friedland show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing an animated thing of the Adam Friedland. I don't think I've looked it up, and nobody's done an Adam Friedland show
Animation.
animated thing.
Nice,
so I'm gonna
nice.
be doing that.
For those who don't know, Max makes fantastic
I do
animations that I have
that you've
not
never
seen.
You've never seen it?
Oh.
No, not right now. But
He'll copyright strike us.
Yeah, not now, but you know, but
The reason I haven't seen them is because, and this was Max's idea, I wanted to have, he, obviously, you know, he made me want it.
when the
But, you know,
fuck did I say?
He
this
said,
guy?
you know,
Yeah.
he said, you know, we should all have a viewing party where we watch my animations and jack off. And, you know, I wasn't
And
that
jack
into
off.
it at the time.
I don't
Body
know
just
what
had
that
a
any of
spark
that
ignited.
means. But,
Sparkle in his eye.
I wish the camera
I
could
don't
pick
know
up the
about any
intensity
of
of the
that.
side eye that Marty just gave me because he's into this idea. That was Max's idea.
zoom in on Monty during that.
the jacking off, but I don't know about any of that stuff.
I think
Well,
that you were
actually, you
blacked
know,
out at
I
the
think it
time.
would
You
be
were
kind
But
of
the thing
fun.
is, though, with the jacking off, with that whole spiel, the Marty like, oh, I'm in the pizza, like, you know what? I just shut up. I just took all my energy to just be like, shut up, because like I could just see you driving, like. Bull crap, buddy. I was doing that ever since I was like probably like 12 years. Like 12 years old.
Well, yeah. Well, dude,
That's like when I was
you know,
the
it's
horniest
freaking,
too. Like I didn't even have to touch my boner
It's
back then.
freaking crazy, dude. Like,
Like-
you know, there was like a time in my life.
Rubbing with you.
I actually started writing about this. I started writing about this like
In a
my,
blog, in the
like,
blogs.
Well, like, cause like for the longest time, for 3 years, I would just dry fire every night. Like I was dedicated.
What is that?
Yeah, no, I had that too. Early days.
Yeah,
early
back in
days.
the good old days,
Yeah.
you would just get like this weird, like unsatisfactory body fucking, and there's
wake up,
nothing would come out. Like it's
Yeah.
How early are we talking
and it
about?
just
Like
feels
what
like
age?
there's this,
Like
12,
10.
Every dream it like
Or,
ends
yeah,
with like
12.
that scene.
12 through 15 for me. I didn't like. I was jacking off for
Through
3
15,
years.
You ended
before
at 15.
any amount of like fluid started coming out.
I think
3
by 12 I
years.
was definitely jizzing. But it was
Where
like
you know?
small amounts.
Well, I was eating like the
Little-
Kraft mac and cheese back
Oh,
then.
that'll
Like I
do it.
was,
That'll
yeah,
do
I
it.
was
Tell you
like,
what.
That's when it was like a fucking hose already.
I was, dude, yeah.
I'm gonna take a break to go get some water.
Yeah,
The
if you could
water
get me
is
like a
simply for
Mountain
the-
Dew.
Okay, cool.
Get a job,
Marty
buddy.
really wants a Mountain Dew.
I will get you a Mountain Dew.
He got a
on
job.
one.
He got a fucking
You got
job.
a job?
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
a job.
asshole.
Job.
Yeah, janitorial. I'm working
When do you start?
janitor. I'm starting next Friday.
Yeah,
He's
fuck
gonna
yeah, dude.
grow tits.
I'm
You
already
definitely deserve a
growing
Mountain Dew
tits.
for
He has-
that.
he has, like,
That's
new
what I'm
tits.
saying.
No, seriously, like I wake
gonna be
up in
cleaning
the
toilets, he got
morning
new
and like
tits.
I go up and I'm like,
Oh my God,
holy
new
shit,
tits.
dude, I got like some bananas going. Like it looks like those like 1950s back when they had like
Remember
the
when I was living with you and all of a
triangle
sudden they
cone
grew
like,
out,
bras?
remember?
Yeah.
Remember that one night that when they grew out, money, it was like.
Yeah. No,
You woke up.
dude, I love that
Oh,
crap.
where the fuck? There's tits now.
You know, back in the
Where
good
the
old
fuck? I
days.
see tits on me now.
Yeah, I've had titties since I was like 14, and even back then I had bigger boobs than I have now.
I have bigger boobs than when I have now.
I used to just straight up
I'm
be
31
able.
years old.
I used to straight up be able to
I'm 31.
flip it upward,
31.
Wow.
stimulate my own nips.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
used
can
to
do
be,
that.
I
That's
used to be able to
incredible.
lick my own nips, and now I've lost that capability.
And then you start self-sucking.
yeah,
When I
well,
get to the point with self-sucking, I can go halfway.
well, it's like I already
and I
eat.
only got 3 inches.
It's all, like
packing
I
on
already
me.
I already
Go
eat
halfway.
my own
I look
nut.
like a full.
Like,
like a
why not
paper-
try to make
paper
myself
stapler.
lactate? Get all my fats and proteins from my own body?
When I jizz
Are
all up
you
in my
kidding
malt.
me? Are you kidding
I
me?
jizz up in my malt. I drink the milk from my double D's.
Are you telling me when you buy a Coke, you drink one sip and then you spit it out? No, you savor it.
It's my double D's that really gave me the savory satisfaction that I need for the rest of the day. The rest of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Lottie knows.
well, real talk though. It's like, you know, like, why do we drink cow's milk? But like,
When it's basically like Sprite, like
It's
when you
fucking
when you
gross,
fucking
low-key.
ovulate from whatever you call your boob, you know, whatever that thing is. It's not really a boob. You're not really like-
breast.
I don't know what that is, but
Like, you know,
Yeah, we can
I've
cut
always,
that, but-
dude, like that's a thing about me. That's like one of the things about me is like I enjoy.
what's one of the things I refuse to make eye contact, but I will literally straight.
I
up
will
drink
literally
out
s-
of my own. I'll drink my own tit juice in front
I'll
of you.
drink my own
but
tit
I
juice
can't
in
make
front
eye
of you.
contact is the thing.
Like I cannot make eye contact with
I
you.
can't make
But
eye
like no, but it's like real though. You know what I mean? It's like
Because if I do, as soon as I lock eyes with you, I'm gonna start fucking.
that's when I become self-aware. Yeah, when
I'm like rubbing my foot like against the dirt like a bull.
I love
I'm
like
"Ah,
ru-
shit, I
rub
can't
I
do
love
this
like
anymore."
rubbing their
So then
feet
I'm-
with like my feet.
Just to
Like I
calm
love it when
myself down.
I love it when our toes start to interlock and like tap together, and like a bunch of like weird
And
sounds.
it looks
like-
good.
And then and then I start drinking my own boob juice like it's like Kool-Aid. It's like I'm
go let
drinking.
him in.
Yeah, he's not even getting me a Mountain Dew. He's not even getting Dr. Pepper even.
It's so bull crap. I mean, he would literally promise that to you, and he's
Yeah,
just
like-
gonna lie it straight up to your face. Like, what a freaking joke, dude.
Dude,
What
wouldn't
the
it be
H?
so funny if we like pants
What a freaking
Evan
joke.
on his own podcast? If we
I
like
know.
pants Evan.
It'd be so funny if I like flashed my pubes and like you'd even like catch that like when he edited it, dude. When
Yeah.
he-
Pube check. Dude,
Pube check.
you know, that's like, dude, like, oh my god, that was always like the
Start
best.
the
your Mountain Dew,
podcast with
Marty.
that if you
Oh,
if you do a
thank you
little
so
poop,
much.
puke
Pube
check.
check.
Or pube check.
The fucking vending machine here is dope. That thing was crazy. It was like I was getting a Mountain Dew in
Mhm.
Japan.
Oh shit, he did it.
All right, John, let's do some speed chess.
All right.
Um,
It is your move.
how are we gonna do that? Do you do like 30 seconds a move or something? Is that how it works? Rose is getting hungry, and me too. Honestly, I haven't eaten anything today, so we were supposed to go on Joaquin's show for a bit after this too. Though,
Oh
so.
yeah. What time is it?
We could still say hi.
Is it really 4 o'clock?
Oh my god, if you guys want to start a channel with me,
I've
we'll
been telling
play
you this
we'll
for
play
years.
we'll play naked
Alright.
chess.
Ready?
Each time
that's
we
not a
take
thing you
out
can-
each time one of us takes the other piece, we have to take off an article of clothing, and then whoever loses has to rim the other.
Oh.
tube.
All right.
I'm gonna so you know like I'm gonna get like a long translucent cylindrical tube
Mhm.
that goes all the way up into my nostrils. So like every time like we have to play chess, and whoever can sit there the longest playing chess,
Mm-hmm.
like naked with the tube. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Like as soon when you fart, like we'll get one of those thermal cameras that kind of shows like the air going up, and it's like the green fucking like cartoon like fart air shit, and then like it goes all the way up, and it's like it's like when you take a bong hit, it gets like all sucks up into your. And then it's like a live stream.
Coconuts, man. I come from the land of Ireland.
Bingo, bango, bongo. I don't want to leave the jungle. Oh, no, 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 no.
Okay,
I don't want no landlords.
Somebody talk about something,
Street.
please.
I'll talk about something.
I know.
Rose, what do you want to talk about?
That gelatin food that we started off with was really interesting.
I have pictures.
Yeah.
If you want to take a peek.
We should.
Oh my
I'm also
gosh.
curious, like how, like when
Baby,
did we
let me-
transition to like regular food?
I did again, so I'm
After
a
a
little
while,
bit
people started
drunk.
viewing the gelatin and salmon and like all the shit that we were like processing very quickly.
Yeah.
They started viewing that as not expensive and fancy meals and just poor people food. So we just now we view all of those things as disgusting fucking, like why would you do that? But at the time it was like top fucking tier technology.
Wow.
Yeah. Like it was very popular for like a lot of the Kraft mac and cheeses came out at the same time because the goal was like no prep time, like food on the table, because these housewives were just housewives who don't really go to fast food restaurants unless it's like a treat. And they're making 2 to 3 meals for everybody in the house 365 fucking days a fucking year. They need easier options for food. So like here's this one. It's like a loaf of some sort of meat in like a head of lettuce. If you want to pass it around.
Would that that would not taste good? I feel like.
No.
He's so busy.
Yeah.
He's so busy.
Oh, that looks delicious.
Speechless.
It looks like a cabbage lettuce or like a lettuce.
Yeah, that one in particular does.
So you're
They
saying that
like
was like your
a
dinner?
a lettuce
Terrible.
sushi roll.
Yeah, they liked their loaves. It's they just put a bunch of shit into
How
like
would you even
cake.
make that?
They have like a salmon cake with like an avocado lime icing. Yeah.
Yeah, I like to eat that.
Gotta get that.
No, I did.
Gotta get that.
Oh, can I eat that?
Ooh.
Oh my god. See, that's actually still a treat in some countries. In Estonia, it's called head cheese.
What happens if it makes 30 seconds?
I don't know.
It's like they're all like
In France,
savory
it's
foods,
called
like shaped like
bologna on
desserts.
the
Almost.
dot.
Right.
It's funny because like when you first brought this
Got
up,
bologna on the dot.
I like the bologna.
I was like, I've seen like these
I
pictures
am a
before.
fan.
Right.
You know?
I
Yeah,
can
like
say
it
that
rung
I
a
am
bell, but I've
fan.
never
very
thought about
nostalgic
it.
for some reason. Yeah, I never
Yeah.
really thought like, oh, that's bad.
That's
Why did that
weird.
happen? Yeah.
But I've totally seen these. Like,
yeah.
Probably gonna
All
go
your
buy an
grandma's
Elf bar.
cookbooks and shit have.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That's so wild.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Sucks that you're leaving, Max. I'm gonna miss you.
I'm gonna miss you guys.
Oh, don't worry, he'll be
Evan
back
will.
for my birthday. Isn't that right?
I'm
We're
fine,
going
Mac, for the big-
paintballing. We're going paintballing. Pew pew pew.
Didn't you say we were actually gonna
Yeah.
cut out holes in the like dig up holes in the ground and go like, all right, let's go. Woo!"
Yeah, we're gonna like
And
dig
we, like-
holes, and we're gonna put like Kate in the hole.
Oh.
Like, and then we're
That
gonna have
sounds
it so
terrifying.
just like her head sticking out.
Oh.
And then
That sounds so bad.
It's like an ostrich like opposite like you know ostrich six.
That's actually a myth.
Is it?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's like that's what I base my life around.
Why is it a myth? Like where did that come from?
I don't fucking know,
That's
actually. That's a
weird.
good one. Next
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, I know, right?
There you go. I'll bring it.
Podcast. There'll be no next podcast.
Marty's going to kill us all.
Marty's
With
probably
paintball.
gonna be dead.
With
Holes.
paintball.
So
We're all gonna have a group. Can't say that word on YouTube.
Mess.
Can't say anything we've been fucking saying on YouTube,
Yeah,
though. So
facts.
what are you gonna do?
What was that thing you were talking about where they eat a lot of food, Rose?
yeah, what was that thing you were saying with like the jelly foods,
Oh wow.
avocado,
Just say the whole
salmon
thing.
They
over again.
exist.
dinner?
Wait,
bologna
no,
on
like
the
the
dot?
thing. You were like, oh, we should do a mukbang. Or something.
Oh,
yeah, the mukbang,
different.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, we should totally do a mukbang. We wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to do it in here though, because all the equipment.
We can't
don't
bring like
allow
live
food.
lobster in here and like
Speaking
boil
of
it.
lobster, no, they have this. There's another one. I'll put it on
can
the
say
screen for
shit.
the
Be right
for the
back.
podcast. But it's like it's supposed to be like a lobster mold, but it is just a penis.
Oh my god.
It's just a penis. It's a penis.
Well, actually,
Insert.
I kind of like this.
You can move the fingers.
Yeah, you can move.
Yeah, I was
your
getting
finger.
excited
I
about
was thinking
that
all the
earlier,
ways he can
especially when
use that
Joaquin
third
was in
hand.
here, but I didn't really want to say anything about it.
So if you
See-
take the glove off,
Well, actually, this might be able to feel like it's another person's hand,
That's so
look
awesome.
at the nails, though,
Well,
buddy.
actually, yeah, well, that's fine.
That's fine.
Well, like, it's better than what I usually do, which is just sit on my arm for, like, 30 minutes until it goes dead, and then I, like,
That's
like,
pretty fucking smart.
Close my
it
eyes.
feels like
Oh my
it's not
God.
even my hand
My
doing
5th
it.
grade fucking teacher. Oh my God. Yeah.
It's like it's
my
like
hot ass 65.
I just like imagine myself as like a 15-year-old, like I'm like getting groomed by my teacher. Like I like.
That's not anything.
All
All right.
Sorry, that was upsetting.
That was obscene.
That was like retarded.
It's got like rocks. It's falling off.
Yeah, guys, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sad.
I'm pretty
He has to
angry.
make chest noises.
I'm pretty
For
ups-
honesty, I'm pretty
Yeah.
angry.
I'm pretty
Just
pissed off.
on a
like,
general vibe, which
honestly,
Well,
pretty-
actually, so what it's kind of like is like I'm not really happy with like the direction of my life or where it's been going recently, and I've decided that it might be time to start taking it out on like other people. that,
or like animals and stuff.
yeah,
Oh.
like on like smaller animals.
Small animals. Like
Yeah.
start there, and then you can.
y'all are just upsetting me.
Make my way upwards to like soon I'll be hurting the people that care about me.
See, and that makes sense to me, but why
Yeah.
you gotta bring bunnies into it?
Well, it's
Nobody
just
said bunny. We said like small, disgusting
as,
rodents
such
that nobody cares
Well-
about.
Yes. Name one rodent that you wouldn't cuddle.
Like a bear.
like a
That's
rat.
a rodent. That's a rodent.
I'd cuddle a fucking
A bear's a
bear.
a
rodent.
bear.
I have
I
many
would-
times, many bears.
No.
Even a
That's
couple
a
of
rodent.
otters.
That's like a wild animal.
I was thinking
Capybaras.
capybara, yeah.
Capybaras are so cute, though. I would
Capybara.
cuddle a
Capybara,
capybara.
capybara.
If a capybara shattered my mouth, I wouldn't even care. It was so
Me
cute.
too.
I'd be like, oh, so cute.
Did you know they shit cubes?
What?
Nuh-uh.
They shit cubes.
How cubish are we talking
like
about, though?
very.
You're not
Pull
talking
it
about
up,
Evan?
Jamie. Pull it up.
We're so busy to pull.
I'm
things
kidding.
up.
I'm pulling it up.
It's not happening. yet.
Capybara
Yeah, they
food.
shit in like fucking cubes. Capybara.
Is there like anus just like rectangular?
It's their intestines.
Their anus looks good, though, I think.
Whoa. I
I'm
just
sorry?
looked up photos already.
I've already seen that.
I've already kind of seen that crap.
Yeah, been there, done that kind of situation.
Well, it's actually
I might be thinking about a wallaby.
So crazy.
A walleye?
Now I gotta find it. Now I gotta find which animal it is. 'cause
What
it's not the
rodent
capybara.
shits cubes?
Oh yeah, I could just look that up. It's pretty.
That's wild.
A walleye? That's like one walrus.
Actually, okay, maybe I'm not that surprised because like bunnies poop like perfect little spheres.
Yeah. Oh, wombats. What the fuck is a wombat?
Oh.
Yeah, wombats poop in squares.
That's like the sound they make.
Yeah, look.
No way.
Oh yeah, they shit like cubes.
What
Yeah.
the? Those look like
I thought you said
Little
pubes.
They look like
candies.
brownie
Little
bites.
chocolates. Yeah, I
Yeah.
eat it.
That's
I would
crazy.
eat that.
It looks yummy.
Evan, you
That
want?
looks like a cube. I
Oh
would,
my
like,
god.
wanna-
Marty.
Oh my Jesus, Lord Christ!
Wanna
Oh,
shake the
Marty.
hand?
YouTube. This is a glove on a
Wow.
fake
Shake-
hand. I
shake
don't
the
even know if it's
hand.
in frame, but sure. At least it's wrapped up. Here, sorry, I had to, that was no, but that deserves a restart. That was. Did you see what was going on here?
I'm looking at it.
Okay.
Oh, I'm looking at it.
I don't know why everyone's so upset.
I always find it upsetting when somebody's got. I'm not even really gonna talk about that. But
It's like I don't even really want.
it's not gonna come out.
I
Not
don't
now.
even really want to bring stuff up like this because
It's not gonna come out.
It's sensitive and it's close to my heart.
It's close to
you
my heart.
know?
I talk about it at night in private.
I talk about it at night in private, and frankly, I don't even want to talk about it most of the time because it makes me too vulnerable as a person, and I can't really deal with that.
Like my secret passion about becoming like an underground dentist. I can't talk about
underground
that.
dentistry.
Makes me too vulnerable. I need people to believe that I want to be like a carpenter or something.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like anytime that I show like weakness, any type of weakness to somebody, like I just get this screaming echo in
Start
my
crumbling.
head to like start beating up cats
And then I'm
Oh.
done.
and like dogs. Like I just
And then
cannot.
I'm done.
I can't stand being in any type of position where I have to admit like my faults and my weaknesses as a
Evan.
person. And
I'm like, I haven't brushed in like a couple years. No, no.
Yeah.
No, no, no. You like that one?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I
good.
like that.
How's your
one.
Mountain Dew, Marty?
We're gonna
Oh, I
keep
love
that
it.
in.
Nice.
What about you? Have you ever been thought about becoming like a dermatologist, like underground dermatologist?
They get paid really well. Like,
Underground,
underground.
like 14 feet underground,
Oh, like
like
literally.
underwater.
Right.
Underwater.
Mud floods
Dermatology.
Yeah.
Okay. No. I haven't.
Yeah.
Well, that's a little okay. No, we're not
Sorry,
gonna talk
guys.
Oh, you got me. God damn it.
No, but,
JT did it again. We were continuing
underwater
this shit later off
welders
air.
are like, they get paid crazy, but they have like 20 years taken off their life expectancy. Yeah.
I'd
Rip
become
out that entire
I'd become like an
mockery of-
underwater belly dancer.
Ooh.
Yeah,
mermaid?
I
That's,
did. I like.
You wanna be a
belly
mermaid?
dancer.
I really enjoy like just like the image of like a human body.
And then you smell good.
Mm-hmm.
After being in there, you smell good.
It is very graceful.
That is something that I really want to start looking into. Just smelling good.
I don't know.
Being
I don't know.
I
taken
assume so.
care
That
of.
sounds fine. I'm gonna check on it.
Well,
I
it's
don't know.
then
That
we'll
just
wrap up.
happened recently, I think.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everybody
Woo.
from the Necessary Pies. I'm flustered from being fucked anally in chest. So. All right. Everyone say bye. Everyone say bye.
Bye, everybody. This is a good. This is a nice one.
Bye.
Everyone's gonna
It was
remember
pretty
this
juicy.
one.
I enjoyed it.
This one's for the books.
Yeah, it's a good ass
This
one.
one's for the books.
You glad you came, Marty?
Yeah, I'm glad I came.
Marty's always glad when he's
When he comes.
yeah.
No,
We should do it more often. Huh?